Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again with another Ferrero Friday project, and this time it's a for Ferrero fold out box. So when you undo the ribbon on here, that top flap opens and it folds out to give you for Ferrero in a little package. You could stamp on this section if you wanted at the back here. I've kept it blank because I just liked the wrap. And you'll see here what I've actually used is the Irresistibly Floral Designer Series paper, and I've just coloured it with a little bit of the Pool Party ink to give a really subtle sort of effect, and the shine on that, you possibly can't quite see it, there you go. You'll see the resist on that, so you've got the colour and the resist, and it just brings it through to the fore. And on that I've actually used a new stamp set to me, and this is for, as a thank you for demonstrating a technique recently, and this is a That's the Tag stamp set, which is a great one. Obviously coordinates with the ovals and the circles framelits, but it's got some great little accents, and there's a coordinating die set that goes with this as well. But it's To My Amazing Mother, thank you, for you, happy birthday, really useful for tags. You're also going to need your envelope punch board. You'll recognise the kind of 2 Ferrero size box that we've done for other projects as well. So to start off with then, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and your envelope punch board. And you're going to punch and score at 2 3/8 and at 4 3/8. And then just rotate and follow those score lines round. So just line up the score line with your pointer and punch and score as you go around. And then just carry on and do that on all 4 sides. So once you've done the first side, you don't have to worry about measuring, just line it up. So you'll end up with a piece of card that looks like this. And you want to do a second one of those. You don't need to see me do a second one. But once you have created your basic box shape, just come in and fold and burnish the score lines. And you'll see that this point here overlaps, so just fold that up as well. Sometimes I create a little panel to go in the bottom of the box to cover up those points, but in this instance, as a little thank you gift, I don't think it's necessary. But obviously, if you're using this box for something else, you could use it perhaps for cufflinks or some jewellery as a gift for people. You might want to just embellish it a little bit more. So once you've fold and scored or your fold and burnished all your score lines, turn it over and just cut down on the longer edge and notch out in the corner. That'll just help our box fold up a little more squarely. Like so, and then the last one. Okay. So there's our basic box. We're going to glue it now, so you just need to come in with your fuse or your glue, whichever is your preferred one. We're using card and it's a box, so I'm going to use my fuse, and I'm taping on the 4 tabs and on the points here. So you don't have to go mad, but obviously you don't want your box popping apart either. Because it's folded in on itself, it does tend to be quite robust anyway. Having popped your glue on those, just line up those 4 edges with the side lines. Like so. And then you can fold in your flaps. And I tend to do those, just tuck those end 2 out of the way and then pop those in. And just pop your bone folder on the inside edge of that, just to crease it down, so like so. And so in the end you will have 2 boxes like this, okay? And once you've made your boxes, you then need to make the wrap. So you'll use your scoreboard or your trimmer, And you need a piece of the Irresistibly Floral Designer Series paper here, which is 9.5 inches, so that's 24 centimetres by 2 7/8, which is 7.3 centimetres. And you're going to come along and score. I've had a nightmare with doing this project because this is about my 3rd attempt at filming it. Not a good day. So you're going to fold and score 1 7/8, which is 4.8 centimetres, at 3 1/4, which is 6.2. Sorry, 8.2. Apologies. Move it across, and you're going to do it 6 1/8, which is 15.5. And then 7 5/8, just on the far side here, which is 19.4 centimetres. Okay. So, having done that, we're now going to come in and ink our paper to get the effect that we wanted. Thing to remember with inking: start off light. I usually dab off slightly, and then just gently build up your colour. You can always add more colour if you want, but obviously once it's on there, it's going to be difficult to take it away. And because this is quite a pale colour, it'll take a little bit of time just to build up. But hopefully you can see that starting too. Obviously, if you've got a brayer, you could use a brayer to do this as well. The Stampin' Up! Sponge brayers like this are great, and all you need to do on that is just roll it across, and that gives you a good coverage as well. And you can just come over again, but if you've just got a sponge, then it works just as well. As you can see with the brayer here, you get some, it's a little bit quicker to do because you're getting more coverage, and you're less likely to kind of rumple up your paper if you're a little bit heavy-handed. But it's really very easy just to kind of swirl that on, dab it on your ink pad, and just come back in wherever you want. And again, you can get as a graduated effect by coming in on one side more if you want, or just keep it very subtle. And obviously you can coordinate it with whatever colour you want to use. So, having brayed or sponged our panel, what you're going to do now is you've actually got ink on those emboss resist sections. So just get an ordinary piece of tissue or kitchen towel. I've even been known to pick up toilet roll if that's to hand, and just come over and just in effect polish, and you'll see that's bringing the hopefully you can see there, bringing the ink out. And I say, if you've got any areas which are a bit darker, I rather like it. I sort of quite like the sort of mottled effect, but if you wanted a little bit darker, come in again and then just varnish off. So you get a really pretty effect, and it just shows that lovely floral pattern that you've got. So all that remains to do now is to fold and burnish. Now on the original one I did use the envelope punch board to make a folded closure here, but actually it just became a little bit awkward when I was closing it up on the top. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to keep it as a plain wrap. So what you're going to do is your two boxes are going to sit on either side here, and I find the best way to get those as even as possible is to pop your glue, and again I'm going to use Fuse, on the side panels here. Join your boxes together like so, just hold them together and pop them in the centre so that they're nice and flush together. Then once they're nice and central, fold up your flap like so. So then you've got your wrap coming round, and it should be a nice fit. Okay, so having done that, you're now going to come in with your panel, and what I've done here is just layered that up on a couple of dimensionals. And this is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 panel, so 7 by 7 centimetres, not 3.5 at all. That would be far too small. Pop that panel centrally on the top there. And then for our stamping, I've used just this floral spray across the stitched framelit. And that's really useful, actually. That's from an old Stampin' Up kit. When Stampin' Up do the kits with stamps, they often include a little acrylic block. It's not as big as the other ones, but they often are quite a useful size for you to use for other projects. And then I've got here just the little thank you, which is again just going to pop on the bottom there. And then all we need to do is pop that in the centre. Wrap our box around. Obviously pop your Ferrero in, which there you go. I've got a Ferrero. Pop those in like so. So you've got your 4 Ferreros, fold up, wrap, get your ribbon. And I've used the Pool Party stitched satin ribbon here, which is a really pretty ribbon and it ties beautifully. And all you need to do now is just trim the ends of your ribbon as you want. And there you have a pretty fold out favour box or thank you gift, just to say thank you very much to someone. Hope you've enjoyed that. Come back and see me again soon. I will double check all my measurements and put them on my blog as well, so you can always check them there. Take care then. Bye for now.